This video is brought to you by Ridge Wallet, a slim front pocket wallet available in carbon fiber and titanium. With more than 250,000 sold, a lifetime guarantee and free shipping, get 10% off with the code GOLDFISH at ridgewallet.com.
Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another Instant Deck Tech. So as you know, Tuesday means it's Type 2 or Standard Tuesday, and this week we are looking at a pretty interesting take on an Indomitable Creativity deck. So this is Indomitable Creativity, but Control. So you can play the Indomitable Creativity pan, but it's basically our finisher. We're not full out combo, just trying to do this as fast as possible. Instead, we're playing like a control deck, and then eventually Creativity comes down to just finish off the game. It comes to us from Orange Chua, who took it to a top 8 finish in a recent PPTQ, I believe. So congrats to Chua on a really cool deck. A quick reminder before we break down Blue-Red Creative Control for Standard. If you enjoyed this deck and you'll want to see it made into videos, take a minute, click the like button, the subscribe button, leave a comment, anything you can do to support your deck, because whichever deck is most popular gets a shot at being made into videos next week. So Blue-Red Creativity Control is built around Indomitable Creativity, so kind of this weird polymorphian effect. 3 red in X, you destroy X artifact or creatures, and for each permanent destroyed that way, you reveal cards from the top of your library until you hit more artifacts or creatures and put those onto the battlefield. So you can do this to your opponent's stuff if you're really desperate and just really gotta kill that, I don't know, Scarab God or whatever, but mostly we're trying to do this on our own stuff. So let's talk about the Indomitable Creativity part of the deck first, and then we'll talk about the control package. So the creatures in our deck are 3 Torrential Gearhulks, 1 Locust God, and 1 Nezahal Primal Tie. So you're probably thinking, man, that's a lot of expensive stuff, but one of the costs of building around Indomitable Creativity is you gotta build your deck in a way where you control what you hit when you cast it. If you just play Treasure Map or other cheap artifacts, or if you just play random cheap 2-drop creatures, then you're gonna hit those things sometime off Indomitable Creativity, and if you're playing Indomitable Creativity, you really want it to be hitting big haymakers. So when we cast Creativity, we're getting some number of these cards. If it's X1, we can't really control it. If it's X3, we could get 3 Torrential Gearhulks, but we're likely getting some mixture. If it's X5, we just get the full Monty of all of our finishers, plus we flashback a bunch of stuff with Torrential Gearhulks and draw a bunch of cards and just really go to town. The other upside of these cards as our finishers is we can always cast them. Like, they are castable in our deck, they are castable in other control decks, so if something goes wrong with the Creativity plan, we just make our land drops, cast Torrential, draw some cards, find our Locust God, cast Locust God, make some insects, cast Nezahal, and win the game. So that's a nice backup plan to have in the deck as well. As far as supporting Indomitable Creativity, we do have 1 treasure map. I don't know if I like the 1 treasure map. I mean, I love Treasure Map, but the problem is, it is an artifact that you're going to hit with Indomitable Creativity if you haven't drawn it already, and hitting Treasure Map is not that exciting. Can you imagine sacrificing stuff, spending 4 mana, and ending up with a Treasure Map? That feels pretty bad. Maybe it's fine as a one-of, maybe the plan is you're just casting Indomitable Creativity with like 6, 7, 8 mana, so you're getting a whole bunch of good stuff, and if you get a Treasure Map too, that's still a fine card, but it does make treasure, so if we happen to draw it, it does flip around and give us stuff to sacrifice to get our creatures with Indomitable Creativity. But our main plans for making treasures are Depths of Desire, just bounce a creature, get a treasure, and Spell Swindle, counter a spell, get a bunch of treasures, and Spell Swindle is insane with Torrential Gearhulk as well, because eventually we just get so many treasures, and this ramps us into our Nezahals and our Locust Gods naturally as well. But those cards put a bunch of treasures on the battlefield that we can sacrifice to our Indomitable Creativity, and then we're getting our Torrential Gearhulks, our Nezahals, our Locust Gods, and so forth. Otherwise, we're kind of just a normal control deck. We got Ops, Glimmer of Genius, and Illumination to draw us cards, cycle through our deck, find our finishers, hit our land drops, eventually find our creativities and win the game. Supreme Will and Commit to Memory give us some more counters that are like kinda also card draw spells we can anticipate with Supreme Will depending on the situation. Memory super sweet with Torrential, because we can Torrential, flashback the memory part, draw an entirely new hand, or we can flashback
flashback the commit part as well. Then we have Abrade and Harness Lightning as our main removal spells. We do have a small energy package. We have Glimmer of Genius, we have Ether Hub in the deck, so we can pump up Harness Lightning a little bit. Abrade, of course, hits artifacts too. Speaking of Ether Hub, in the mana base, bunch of dual lands, including Ether Hub to go with our energy cards, a bunch of basic lands. Sideboard-wise, we have a ton of removal options, primarily for aggro decks. Magma Spray to get rid of those Scrap Heap Scroungers, Harness Lightning, Abrade for early game stuff, Our Devastation is a sweeper. Then we have Essence Scatter, which is great against Scarab Gods and Hazarets and so forth. Negate for the control matchups. Also for the control matchups, Search for Azcanta, Metallurgic Summonings, and Nicole Bolas God Pharaoh, which we can cast off our Ether Hub mana, give us some more ways of closing out and finishing the game that don't die to creature removal. So for playing in a heavy creature removal matchup, these cards give us kind of a less easy to kill way to finish off the opponent. In Bolas's clutches, just to steal our opponent's stuff, and that is Blue-Red Creativity Control for Standard, and that's been our Instant Deck for today. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.